The Curse of Rock Island. In Rock Island, Illinois, everyone knew about the Last Chance, a grimy bar that squatted on the edge of town like an unwelcome guest. Most locals steered clear of the place, knowing that its clientele was predominantly made up of the recently released from the nearby prison. Not many wanted to mingle with men and women whose pasts were marred with dark deeds. The bartender, a burly fellow named Greg, ran a strict ship. Trouble had a way of following ex-cons, but Greg's rules and reputation ensured relative peace in the establishment. Despite its sinister reputation, the Last Chance was an essential refuge for many. But peace had lately been hard to come by. Whispers circulated that a vicious creature lurked in the shadows, stalking and attacking those who left the Last Chance in the thick of night. At first, these tales were dismissed as drunken ramblings or attempts to scare newcomers. But then the bodies began to appear, mauled almost beyond recognition, their throats torn open. The creature, as described by the few unlucky souls who survived, was unlike anything they'd ever seen. It was not a man, nor simply a beast, but something that shared traits of both. On nights when the moon was fullest, its howls echoed across Rock Island, chilling the bones of all who heard them. Curiosity, fear, and the inevitability of drunken challenges led to a few brave, or foolish, souls attempting to track down and kill the creature. They all failed, and more than a few paid for their bravery with their lives. It wasn't long before the creature was given a name, drawn from ancient folklore, the Rockwolf. Jake, recently released from the prison, had never been superstitious. When he first heard of the Rockwolf, he dismissed the stories as laughable. But after a close friend became another victim, Jake's skepticism shifted to quiet determination. Armed with the will to seek revenge, he embarked on a mission to hunt down the beast and put an end to the terror. One evening, Jake sat at the bar and watched the moon's ascent from the grimy window, noting its almost full shape. He could feel the tension among the patrons, all silently dreading the end of the night. Leaning close to Greg, Jake murmured, "You believe in this Rockwolf?" Greg looked at him with his typical stoic gaze. "I've lived in Rock Island long enough to know better than to doubt what I can't explain." Jake nodded, standing up. "Then tonight's the night. I'm going after it." The bartender's eyes widened slightly, but he said nothing, just poured Jake a stiff drink. "On the house," he whispered. As the hours ticked by, Jake felt an unsettling mix of dread and excitement. Finally, after downing the last dregs of his drink, he stepped outside. The pale light of the nearly full moon cast eerie shadows across the landscape. Taking a deep breath, Jake began to walk away from the Last Chance, feeling like bait in a monstrous trap. Minutes turned into hours, and every rustle or distant howl sent Jake's heart racing. Armed with a sturdy knife and sheer determination, he roamed the nearby woods, eyes peeled for any signs of the creature. Suddenly, a howl pierced the night, closer than any Jake had ever heard. The sound sent shivers down his spine. He froze, listening intently. Another howl, this time accompanied by the snapping of branches and the unmistakable growl of a large predator. Before he could react, a massive shadow lunged at him from the darkness. Jake barely sidestepped in time, feeling the rush of air as the creature missed him by mere inches. Turning to face his attacker, Jake got his first real look at the Rockwolf. Its eyes glowed a deep, malevolent yellow, and its body was a grotesque fusion of man and wolf. Muscular and hunched, with long arms ending in razor-sharp claws, it was the stuff of nightmares. They circled each other, hunter and prey locked in a deadly dance. Jake's mind raced, looking for any possible escape or opportunity to strike. The Rockwolf lunged again, but Jake was ready. He dodged and thrust his knife deep into the creature's side. It howled in pain, but rather than retreat, its eyes blazed with even fiercer anger. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, followed by another. Jake watched in shock as the Rockwolf stumbled, then fell, two dark stains spreading on its back. From the shadows stepped Greg, a smoking shotgun in his hands. "I had a feeling you'd need some help," Greg said, panting. "This creature. It's been tormenting Rock Island for too long." Jake, still in shock, nodded. "But why now? Why has it suddenly started attacking people?" Greg sighed, looking down at the lifeless form of the Rockwolf. "Some say it's the spirit of a wrongly accused prisoner, returned from the grave to seek revenge. Others think it's just a creature, born of the darkness that clings to this town." They both looked at the Rockwolf's lifeless form, a mix of relief and sorrow evident in their eyes. The night's events would change Rock Island forever. Word quickly spread about Jake and Greg's confrontation with the Rockwolf. The tale grew, as tales often do, and soon they were local legends. The Last Chance Bar became a hotspot for curious tourists wanting to catch a glimpse of the men who'd faced down the fearsome Rockwolf. But as the years passed, and the memories of those terrifying nights faded, the citizens of Rock Island would sometimes catch the distant sound of a howl, reminding them that darkness always lingers, just beyond the edge of the light.